The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it.
Third reading.
I understand that permission has been granted for a waiata.
Te Pāti Māori Party, katau ha whakatau, te kāwanatanga, katau ha whakatau, ngā kupu aroha I tēnei rā.
Excuse me, can I call for order in the gallery, please? Order in the gallery? Order in the gallery. There is permission for a waiata. The gallery is not the place for speeches. Thank you. Yes. Sorry, we'll just wait for the gallery to clear. We're just waiting on the gallery to clear. I hear you. I'm just waiting on the gallery to clear.
Point of order. Madam Speaker.
I call point of order, Rawiri Waititi.
I find it extremely insulting that one of our rangatira was cut off, which is part of the protocol of the waiata today. And I call for an apology from the Speaker today, tū te whakatohea, for rudely interrupting what was...
excuse me,
that was a point of order. Absolutely, because I take umbrage to that. I'm insulted by that, as te whakatohea.
We are.
So I call for the Speaker to apologise to te whakatohea before they leave these chambers.
Speaking to the point of order.
Madam Chair, Madam Speaker, the purpose of these settlements is to acknowledge the wrongs of the Crown, to acknowledge the constant trampling and insults committed against Māori and direct losses. In this process, which is a meaningful one for the iwi who have come and agreed to the settlement, there is an opportunity for the Crown to actually receive the dignity offered by the iwi in the making of the apology. And yet, in the whole process, we find we keep committing further harm and insult. And that moment then was a complete unnecessary interruption and affront to an otherwise very dignified and positive process. And I support the call for you to make an apology, Madam Speaker.
What I will do is consult with the Speaker on the way forward. It's common practice for permission to be granted for a waiata. It is not the position for members of the gallery to make further speeches. So thank you. I will take it up with the Speaker. Speaking to the point of order, Debbie. No.
E te pika, what we allowed was to give you warning. You didn't use any of your cultural support you could have to have ensured the mana of this kaupapa. The mana of our iwi was respected. There was a very wrong here done today, and they must be apologised to before they leave. Otherwise, the very process of which every party supported today has been takahi.
There
I
is
please ask that you consider.
There is also tikanga in this House, and that I have to uphold. Is this a different point of order, Willie Jackson?
Give a position, Madam Chair, to support this motion from Te Pāti Māori. This is not about trying to get one up on you, Madam Chair. This is about tikanga. And our people have been slighted. They've come from a long way away, and we ask you to respectfully respect the request from Te Pāti Māori that an apology be given to our people. We tautoko that from this side, Madam Chair.
Speaking to the point of order, Mr. Chris, Honourable Chris Bishop.
Speaking briefly to the point of order, I think it would be worth the House just dialing down a touch. My read of the situation, having watched it quite carefully, was no offence was intended by you, Madam Speaker, I'm sure. My sense is, Madam Speaker, it was more just a misunderstanding around what was intended to be happened and what members thought was likely to happen at the conclusion of the third reading speech. So I understand. Well, I'm trying to be helpful here.
It's been misunderstood for the last 180 years. Come on, all it is an apology.
I accept where you're coming from. I'm just trying to say, in the spirit of the third reading of this very important settlement, I think it would be worth just everyone just taking a breath and dialing it down a touch, because I don't think the Speaker intended any offence, and I think it would be a shame if we left the third reading and moved on to the later items of business in a spirit where there was acrimony across the Parliament, because I actually think there's unanimous agreement for reconciliation.
Thank you. I call on Government Order of the Day number 2.
Resource Management, Freshwater and Other Matters Amendment Bill, first reading.
Madam Speaker, I present a legislative statement for the Resource Management.
All right. So argument's been heard from both sides. My job is to protect the tikanga of this Parliament. This Parliament. It is the Parliament of all people in New Zealand, and there is no intention to offend anybody in the upholding of its own tikanga. And tikanga does not allow for speeches from the gallery. It never has. And on that basis, we will now proceed. And those who do not want to accept that will unfortunately, that is, no change can be made.